Alright, let me break TCG. Here we are with a green hybrid deck profile for set 7. This is a list that I personally, within the last couple weeks, the first week of set 7, I had this. It was a different build. It was green hybrids, but it was a little different. And I went 2-1-1 in a 4-round local. 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. And then last week, I took this and I went 3-1 in a 4-round locals with this new list. So, and honestly, the only time I lost was against Hex Blau. This kind of has a bad matchup against Blue Hybrid. It's really hard. Round 1, I forgot who I faced with this. Try to. Excuse me, I'm trying to think. Shit, I can't remember what I played, but I remember my only loss was Blue Hybrid. But I also won against the Blue Hybrid. Also, it was just, I guess, I had the better hand. He kind of bricked. I kind of just popped off quickly. But the second guy I placed was playing Blue Hybrid, but with Hex Blau. And Hex Blau, he got on the field and it was just kind of hard to go from there. He kept stripping my sources, and then my stuff was just unable to do anything. But most other matchups, this has a pretty good matchup. So we're going to dive into it. It's very consistent, super, super consistent. It's crazy how much this deck builds a hand. Its searchability is just, it's really, really good. I probably, I kind of wouldn't mess with this list any further. There is one thing that I'm going to point out later on that I've been considering doing as far as changing it up. But other than that, let's just get into the deck profile. Let me explain some of the things. We play 4 Piedmon. Some games, this I wish we had a 5th baby. But most of the time, this is the baby you want to see, so we just run the 4 of. Swing into something, you draw 3. I mean, you draw a card, I'm sorry. Which adds to the consistency of the deck, and we want to see our cards, and we want to see them quickly. So next, we're going to start with the rookies. We play 3 of the Betamon, set 7. On play, reveal the top 3. Add a green level 4 and a green tamer, or a green tamer to your hand, and then put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So this helps us see. Excuse me, all things are yawning. So this helps us see our JPs. It can add a JP. It can add Mimi. It can add our Izzy. It can add all of our level 4s that we play. It's just a super, super consistent card. And I play this. I'll play this for cost for trying to. If there's nothing else I can do, to just try to grab the pieces that I need. And then next we play 3 of the starter deck 4, the green starter deck Palmon. When attacking as an inheritable, if you're swinging into something, you get 2k. We're doing a lot of swinging into things. So this helps our 13k level 6s become 15ks and be able to live through big hybrid checks in security, as well as get over bigger Digimon if we need to. We are still in a memory boost meta. So we play 3 of the Terrier mods to stop the memory gain outside of Tamers. And then our last green rookie, and this is just personal flavor. We play 1 of the starter deck Tentamon. On play, reveal top card if it's a green Digimon out of your hand. Honestly, this is personal flavor because, as I've said before in my green profiles, my 2 favorite Digimon are Tentamon and Terriermon. So, hopefully that's my last yawn. If you want, you could definitely do the 4 Palmon or the 4 Betamon instead of Tintamon. But I just play Tintamon because of it's one of my favorite Digimon, so I just wanted to put it as a one of with the Terriermon. And then that's it for our green level 3s. We also play 3 Boko. Boko's a really good card. I overlooked it in my first build. My first build didn't even have this card at all. Definitely something I should have looked into a little bit more, but it's such a great card. On play top 5, you grab a Tamer and a Hybrid, and it's an and, so you grab both. And then once per turn during your turn, if you evolve onto a Tamer, you gain 2 memory. So this is basically free Evos. This also pairs well with the Beetlemon that we're going to show you in a minute. With JP, the Beetlemon costs 1, then this gains you 2. So basically you're evolving and gaining a memory for free. It's just great value. Yeah, great. It's just great value. We'll play the 4 Beetlemon. Beetle is one of the most important parts of the deck, mainly because he is probably our biggest consistency piece. If you evolve him, first off, you can digivolve this card onto a Tamer as if the Tamer was a level 3 Digimon, and then on Digivolve, reveal top 5, add a card with Hybrid and a JP among them to your hand. So this adds JP and a Hybrid, and then we got 4 Metal Commentary among them. Goodness, I just stop yawning. So Metal Commentary costs 3 to evolve on a rookie, costs 1 to evolve on a level 4, or 2 to evolve on a Tamer. And when digivolving, if this card has a Hybrid in its traits or JP, suspend on your opponent's Digimon with a 6K or less. So this pairs really well with another card of the deck I'll get to. But suspending something, and then the JP gives piercing, we'll get there in a moment as well. So if you tap something small, JP's got piercing underneath this, you swing into it, it'll deal a security check, which is really good. And then our last hybrids, we play 2 of the level 4 Arbormon, which can evolve onto a Tamer for 2. Moving on to our level 5s, naturally, it's a green hybrid. We play 4 Rhino. Rhino can evolve if... let me see how it's worded, because I don't want to word it weird. When one of your Digimon with a Tamer and its evolution cards digivolves into this card, reduce it by 2. So it makes this become a 1-cost Evo as well. And then when attacking, if a card with Hybrid or Insectoid and its traits in this Digimon's Digi-Evolution sources, you can digivolve into an Insectoid or 10 Warriors and its traits for a member cost of 3. So it helps us get to our Ancient Troy and our Ancient Commentary, our Ancient Beetlemon for 3 on the swing. So we'll swing at something, evolve, and then if it's Ancient Beetle, it'll get the Trash of Security, or if it's got JP underneath it, it'll get the Pierce. And then we play a small download package, or Digisorption package, I should say. Play 1 Blossom and 1 Argo. Argo does come up sometimes. Sometimes the stack will live and we'll swing with the Argo and we'll play a Tintamon for free. Or we'll play a Betamon for free. It does say a green level 3, so you can't play Pokemons for free. Unfortunately, that'd be a little bit busted. But we do get our Tintamon or our Betamons off of swings with this as an inheritable. And then our last level 5 is 2 starter deck Mega Commentary. With the inheritable of, if it deletes a Digimon by battle and survives, trash top card of security of your opponent's security. It pairs really well with the Ancient Beetle. It'll trash the top 2 security. 1 for Ancient Beetle's effect, 1 for Mega Commentary's effect. So that is a nice little interaction that the deck can definitely do, and does happen a lot. Going into our level 6s, we play 4 of the guy, the Ancient Beetlemon. We love our bugs in this deck. He has a once per turn, when it deletes a Digimon by battle and survives, trash the top security of your opponent's security. So it's basically the same effect as this. Also, a little thing to point out. It says when one of your Digimon with 10 warriors or a hybrid in its traits deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle. So, if this is on the field and you swing with, let's say, a Metal Kabuteria at something, the Metal Kabuteria will proc the trash the top security. It doesn't have to be this Digimon doing the deleting, the swinging. As long as this card's on the field, because it's not on when attacking, and it doesn't say when Ancient Beetlemon deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle and survives. It just simply says when one of your Digimon with 10 warriors or hybrid in its traits deletes a Digimon by battle. So you can have this on the field, and you can just swing, like I said, you can swing at something, a small Digimon your opponent has with a Metal Kabuteria, and it'll proc this effect. And then secondarily, on deletion, if it's deleted, you play a level 4 or lower hybrid from your hand without paying cost. So if it deletes, it's no big deal. You know, we'll play a Beetlemon, or we'll play a Metal Kabuteria, or even an Arbomon for free. You know, we can go back up our chain really quickly. And then our last level 6 is Ancient Troy, because he is also a 10 warriors Digimon, so it works on the Rhino Kabuteria effect, where it says it can Digivolve into a Digimon with Insectoid or 10 warriors in its traits for a memory cost of 3. It also is a 10 warriors for your Ancient Beetles effect. So if you have an Ancient Beetle on the field and you swing into something with an Ancient Troy, the Ancient Troy will trash the top security. And then naturally, it's just a great green card right now. Slows down your opponent. When your opponent's Digimon attacks, suspend up to 2 of their Digimon without blocker. So not many people are playing blockers. It's a very aggressive hybrid meta we got going on right now. And then again, on deletion, play a level 4 or lower hybrid. So all of these have on deletion, play a level 4 or lower hybrid. So all of these on deletion, you play a level 4 or lower hybrid, you can start going right up your chain again and just begin where you left off. And then, kind of lastly, for a little tech, I should say, it has come up. It did win me 2 games. The first week I played this list, it did win me 2 games, but I was playing it at 2. Now I'm only playing it at 1 because it does come up. Sometimes it does win me games, or it does kill something if it's checked to security. We play the 1 Susanoo-amon. So Susanoo-amon says, you may Digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your tamers as if your tamer was a level 6 Digimon by placing 10 tamer and or hybrid cards from your hand or trash at the bottom of your deck in any order. And then you Digivolve for 7. That has come up in 2 games. Where I played this. It passed it. I killed something. Passed turn with... They had like 2 memory because they gave me 5. And then next turn I was just swinging for the 3 hits. Because it does have security attack plus 2. And it was just... It kind of clutched out the game for us. But we only play it at 1, you know. If it happens, it's cool. If it's not, it's no big deal. But it has come up, so we do play the 1. And then last, we'll play our non-Digimon. We play... okay. We play, of course, the 4 JP. Of course, because that's what this deck is almost centered around. JP, nothing on play, but you can digivolve into a green Digimon by reducing its Digi-Evolution cost by 1. And then it's inheritable, it is piercing. So when you evolve onto like a Beetlemon or a Metal Kabutery, it's got piercing, so you swing, it'll do the check. And then we play 2 Mimis, because it's our start at 3 Tamer, and as well as if you have a level 5, you tap it to get an extra breeding step. And then we play 2 Izzy's as a little tech. This is so good in this deck. It's unreal. So, Izzy from the starter deck says when you tap something, when you tap one of your opponent's Digimon on your turn, gain a memory. That makes Metal Kabutery, if you meet its requirements, if you have a hybrid and its traits or a JP, and you tap something, you tap Izzy, and you'll gain a memory, which basically makes its evolution free if you evolve on a level 4. So you evolve on like a Beetlemon, let's say. You tap something, 6 or less, you have an Izzy on field, you tap an Izzy, you gain a memory back. So you basically evolve into this for free. Another interaction is, we'll get there in a little bit when we show you our last option cards. Let me just do this. Get these. So these are your Tamers. We'll get those out the way real quick. We'll show the Izzy's. Izzy turns Flower Cannons into a 1 cost. And I still do play Flower Cannons mainly for the security effect. That's mainly why I play it. Otherwise, this would be 3 Thunder Lasers. But I do still play this for the security effect. But the Izzy does make this a 1 cost option, which is also nice. And then Izzy makes Thunder Laser free, basically. So, like I said, if it wasn't for the security effect, these 3 cards would all 3 be Thunder Laser. But the security effect does help me. It has saved my ass multiple times. But the Izzy making it 1 cost and then making the Thunder Lasers free is just great value. It's just so good. It's nice to tap things and then it still be your turn and you can just swing into it if it's a problem card. So yeah, that's honestly the green deck. The thing that I would change would be, and it's like I said, it's only 1 small change. I'm sorry, 2 small changes. Would be if you wanted to take this out and you add either a 4th Palmon or a 4th Betamon, whatever. But my other change that's pretty massive, I would take Susanoo out for a 3rd Mimi. Because a lot of times, since I only run 2, and you could grab it a lot. You know, Pokemon can grab it, Betamon can grab it. So you do have a high chance of seeing Mimi. But sometimes there's games where you're just getting choked. And you could deal with choking well. Because, you know, stuff like JP making your evolutions on your Digivolve into a Green Digimon reduce this cost by 1. And your Izzy's making... when you tap things, you gain a memory. The memory resource management in this deck is good enough to where you don't mind if they leave you at 2 or less memory. But a lot of times, that 3rd memory, starting off with that 3rd memory is just, it's just so good. So the one change that I would consider, and I'm actually heavily considering right now, is the changing the 1 Susanoo for another copy of Mimi. Or even a Kin. Kin would be fine too. Kin says you start at 3. If you kill something by battle and your Digimon survives, you tap the Kin to gain a memory. That'd be fine too. But I would definitely consider swapping the Susanoo for a third start at 3 green tamer. But that's the only that's the only thing I would probably switch in this deck, to be totally honest with you. But anyway, that's the deck profile. I love this deck so much. It's so much fun to play. It's so consistent. Its only hard matchup is Blue Hybrid, which I know it's like the most dominant deck right now. It is beatable. Like I said, I have beaten last Friday. In the 4 rounds I played, I lost to a Blue Hybrid, and I won to a Blue Hybrid. So it can beat Blue Hybrids. You just have to really pay attention, and you have to have the best game. You have to have the best draws. But honestly, it's not really that hard to do with this deck because it's super consistent. You got your draws off of Pina. Top card, if it's a green Digimon, grab it. Bokomons, Betamons, Beetlemons. So, I mean, it can be done, but it is an uphill battle, definitely. It is not easy. But again, it can be done. Yellow hybrids, it doesn't really worry about yellow hybrids. Purple has a good 50-50 matchup with it. Kind of just depends on who pops off first. Red hybrids just... I don't think red hybrids is fast enough to really contend right now. I wish it was. I love red hybrids. It looks a lot of fun to play. But, yeah, so that's the deck profile green. The first week I played it, it went 2-1-1. Last Friday I played it, it went 3-1. And, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. I hope you play it. I hope you give me any insight, any edits that you would do yourself. Please let me know in the comment section. Thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Really helps out the channel, and I hope to bring you guys more games and more deck profiles as Set 7 continues and we roll into Set 8 and EX2. So until next time, TCG, that's me with green hybrids. I will see you later.